became a silent key on Saturday, the 28th of June. In his online obituary, customers and longtime friends alike recalled his friendly, easygoing manner, his helpfulness, and his much-anticipated appearances at Dayton Hamvention. Many recalled the family business that he helped build, which earned the popular nickname the Candy Store for its assortment of amateur radio equipment. Roger was 55. For decades now, the race to the moon has always symbolized one of the biggest challenges in global space-based competitions. The Russian EME contest doesn't use any spacecraft, however, just VHF radio communications. And it's a race to the moon that stirred interest worldwide for years. Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF, explains.
Get ready for the second round of the Russian EME contest. Hosted by the Union of Radio Amateurs of Russia, the 6th annual international competition kicked off with its first round on the last weekend in June. Now competitors are preparing for the final round on July 26th and 27th. While the first round was held on 144 MHz, 432 MHz, 5.6 GHz and 24 GHz, the second round will see amateurs trying for EME QSOs utilizing 1296 MHz, 2.3 GHz and 10 GHz. Once again, hams will be making use of CW, SSB, and the digital modes. To see the results of last year's competition, visit the link in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF.
Our panel of judges has selected the 2025 Amateur Radio Newsline Bill Pasternak Memorial Young Ham of the Year Award winner. Mark Abramovich, NT3V, is chairman of the award committee and has the announcement.
She is 17 years old and from the small town of Columbiana in northeast Ohio. Meet Katie Campbell, KE8LQR.
You are the 2025 Young Ham of the Year.
Thank you so much.
Are you surprised?
Yeah.
Not expecting a call like this as the summer begins.
No, I was not.
Katie Campbell is a bright and talented advocate for youth in amateur radio whose interest in the hobby was sparked when she was 10.
My school started an amateur radio electronics club my 5th grade year, open to just middle schoolers that year. So I joined, and then pretty quickly made the connection that that's like what my family has been sort of involved with. My grandpa has had his license since he was around 14, and then my mom, she also had her license since middle school, but I didn't know that until after I got mine. She wasn't very active in that as my grandpa.
Katie says she quickly got her ham ticket, advancing all the way to extra by the age of 11. She says she then discovered the music of Morse code. She immersed herself in CW and contesting and rose to become president of K8LPS, the Columbiana School Radio Club located inside the science classroom of Katie's mom, Colleen Campbell, KB8VAQ. Her dad is Robert Campbell, KE8LYZ. Katie's maternal grandfather is Thomas Frost, N8GGK. It was her interest that got him radioactive again. Katie attended the Youth on the Air camp in 2022 in Cincinnati and has been a key staff member ever since, doing public relations and mentoring campers. Katie has been a regular presenter at forums at the Dayton Hamvention, Hamcation, and CPAC. Katie has another opportunity as she begins her senior year of high school as an exchange student in Germany. She's hoping to make amateur radio a part of her experience. Congratulations, Katie, from all of us at Amateur Radio Newsline. I'm Mark Abramovich, NT3V.
Yes, Katie, and I echo those hearty congratulations. Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the AA7WI 2-meter repeater in Tucson, Arizona, on Fridays at 7 p.m. local time. Russia's space station partnership with the U.S. will soon be replaced by its own orbital station as Roscosmos prepares its first modules. We hear more from Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
Just as the U.S. prepares to take the International Space Station out of service in 2030, the space agency Roscosmos plans to launch the first modules for its Russian orbital station, the world's first drone platform space station employing robot maintenance. The move also marks the end of international collaboration in space between NASA and Roscosmos. The Russian Space Agency is eyeing a 2027 launch for the first segment of its space station, the Scientific and Power Module, as the station enters a near-polar orbit. The full transition to the Russian orbital station is expected to be completed by 2030, just as the ISS awaits decommissioning. Other modules are also set for launch in 2030, including the Gateway, the Universal Node, and Base modules. Roscosmos expects the spacecraft to establish several stable communication channels by 2030 as the number of communication devices increases over the years. Roscosmos views the space station as a permanent fixture for Russia's space activities well outside of Earth's orbit. This is Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
If you are involved in hurricane response here in the United States and are hearing this newscast before July 7th, a live-streamed roundtable hosted by the Federal Communications Commission on that date may be of interest to you. Randy Sly, W4XJ, explains.
The Federal Communications Commission has scheduled a live online roundtable that it hopes will help communicators, public safety workers, and power companies improve collaboration during this hurricane season in the U.S. The Hurricane Season Resiliency Roundtable is taking place on Monday, the 7th of July, and will be conducted by the Public Safety and Homeland Security Bureau. Advanced registration is required. The program, which can be attended in person or via a live stream, will take place in 3 panel sessions. Challenges to response and recovery of power and communications outages in the aftermath of a hurricane will be the first topic covered. Collaboration will be explored in the second session. Current government intra-industry and cross-industry partnerships. The final session will look at planning ahead. It is called the Advanced Preparation Frameworks for Power and Communications. The roundtable begins at 9:30 a.m. at FCC headquarters in Washington, D.C. To register, see the link in the text version of this week's newscast script at arnewsline.org. This is Randy Sly, W4XJ.
In the world of DX, Aldir PY1SAD is on the air as 8R1TM from Guyana until the 8th of July. He's using CW, SSB, and the digital modes on 160 through 6 meters. He's also making contacts by way of satellite. See QRZ.com for QSL details. Peter, LB2OB, is operating holiday style from Jan Mayen, IOTA number EU022 as JX/LB2OG for the next few weeks. He's operating primarily on 40 and 20 meters using SSB and FT8. QSL via his home call. Tim, N0UI, is on the air as ZD7TIM from St. Helena, IOTA number AF022 through to the 13th of July. Tim is using CW, SSB, and maybe some RTTY on 40 through 10 meters. Be listening as well on 6 meters if conditions are favorable. See QRZ.com for QSL details. Our final story isn't exactly a news leak, but let's just say that we really can't hold it much longer. Neither can Neil Rapp, WB9VPG.
Are you sitting down? Well, it's time to lift the lid on the news. Toilets on the Air is coming in August. If you happen to be in the New York City area that month, well, you gotta go. You just gotta go. The amateur radio contest was begun by George DH5GH at the Chaos Communication Congress, a hacker conference in Germany. It is making its debut in the U.S. at the Hope 16 conference in New York City in August. Because Hope is a hub for hackers and innovators, contest organizer Todd Mazursky, KE2AEQ, thought this venue would be perfect to launch a creative challenge to license hams there. Activators select designated restrooms on the campus of St. John's University to make the most CW, voice, and digital contacts with others on 2 meters and 70 centimeters. Now, let's be clear. Activators are permitted to sit or stand while they're doing their business while holding their HTs, but they must be outside the restroom doors and a few meters away. They can only go inside the bathroom to, go inside the bathroom for the usual reason. Yes, you heard that right. Bathroom breaks are okay. Now, that's a relief. Todd announced the contest on his blog. So did Thomas Witherspoon, K4SWL. It's posted on his site, the appropriately named QRPer.com. This is Neil Rapp, WB9VPG.
I have to admit, I feel a little flushed after that story. A good QSO can be like poetry sometimes, so why not write a haiku about amateur radio and join the Newsline Haiku Challenge? It's as easy as writing a QSL card. We can only accept the correct haiku format, that is, a 3-line verse with 5 syllables in the first line, 7 in the second, and 5 in the third. Submit your work on our website at arnewsline.org. Each week's winner gets a shout-out on our website, where everyone can find the winning haiku. With thanks to Amateur News Daily, AMSAT, ARRL, BBC, Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home, David Bayar, K7DB, DX World, 425DX Bulletin, FCC, Ham Radio Friedrichshafen, Lucian, Y08SLC, QRPer.com, QRZ.com, Radio World, shortwaveradio.de, Todd Mazursky blog, Union of Radio Amateurs of Russia, Wireless Institute of Australia, Zero Retries newsletter, and you, our listeners, that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, non-profit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Jim Dameron in a TMW in Charleston, West Virginia, saying 73. And happy birthday, USA, and God bless America. As always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2025, all rights reserved.
This concludes our Monday evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. Net to start in about 11 minutes.
W8VPV repeater. W8VPV. Repeater. W8VPV. Repeater. PL110.9.
Good evening. Calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club. Monday night VHF UHF net. My name is John and my call is W03X. However, for the purposes of this net, I'll be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. This is an open directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. You do not have to be a club member. All traffic will go through net control, and since emergency traffic may break in at any time, please leave a brief pause between transmissions. The purpose of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchanging of amateur-related ideas and information, to enhance net operating practices, and to keep members up to date about club happenings. This net meets here every Monday evening at 8:30 p.m. local time, preceded by Amateur Radio Newsline at 8:01. We will start with announcements and then ask for check-ins from any officer or member who has an announcement of general interest to the club. Once that is complete, I'll take check-ins, call signs only, 5 at a time, and confirming each call sign. Then I'll correspond with those 5 check-ins and ask for 5 more until the activity slows down, and then I'll go 1 at a time. If you're a regular participant, I'll probably recognize you by call sign. If not, please give your call, repeated phonetically, followed by your name and your location. When all check-ins have been corresponded with, I will repeat the announcements, and then I'll give one last call for check-ins. We also operate a band exploration net at 9:30 p.m. after this net. The band and frequency this evening will be 6 meters and 50.270 megahertz upper sideband. Please join us if you have the equipment. Okay, here are the announcements. Let's see here. The next regular meeting of the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club will be this Wednesday, that's July 9th, at 7:30 p.m. and in person at the Pilgrim United Church in Cuyahoga Falls, which has an address listed as 130 Broad Boulevard, but you get to the meeting by going to the parking lot, which is on 2nd Street just south of Broad Boulevard, and then enter the building off the corner of the parking lot. You can also be an active participant via Zoom. So to get to the Zoom link, go to our webpage, www.cfarc.org, and scroll down along the right side, and you'll see the meeting there, and there may even be a highlighted at the top of the right-hand column, and click on there, and there will be the Zoom link. We're also asking in-person participants as a token of appreciation of the facility letting us use their facility for our meeting to bring a food canned good item, anything except tomato soup. I guess they have an abundance of that. So please bring one if you remember to do that. There's going to be a volunteer exam session on Saturday, July 12th at the Cuyahoga Falls Library Chambers Room, and there may still be time to sign up for that. Go to our website and click on education, and you'll see the sign up for a volunteer exam session. It's in the afternoon on Saturday, not in the morning. It's in the afternoon. Okay, that's all that I have in the way of announcements. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor with John W3X at the mic. Are there any officers or members who have an announcement of general interest to the club? Please call now.
Good evening, John. Frank here, and for the purposes of tonight's net, I'll be using the club called W8VPV. I'll tell you why later at the Wednesday meeting. Anyway, we are having a meeting this Wednesday. You did a good job announcing it. It's going to be several things. It will first be a field day wrap-up meeting. I hope by now you've made a list of things that went right, things that you can improve on, ideas that you'd like to see next year. Please write them down, bring them to the meeting. We want to put together a list of all of everybody's suggestions, and that way when next year's committee starts, they have something to, to go from. I also have a bunch of photos and a couple of videos from Field Day. We'll be showing those. They're going to be interesting to look at. So if you can make it, we'd appreciate it there. Also, if you incurred money, let me pause for time here. If you incurred expenses for Field Day, ice, pop, water, things like that, bring your receipts. I have reimbursement statements, papers, and the checkbook, so we will reimburse you Wednesday. That's about all I've got, John. I don't know if I'll be in there on the 6-meter net or not, so please check me in if I'm not there. Back to you. For tonight, I'll be using Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor.
Okay, Frank. I'm not sure, but I think there's like a grace period on certain issues there. So I'm not absolutely sure, but I perceive the problem there. Okay, thanks. Thanks for that, Frank.
Well, here's John. Thanks, W8VPV.
Okay, this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. Are there any other officers or members who have an announcement of general interest to the club?
Alpha Charlie 8 X-ray Oscar.
Alpha Charlie 8 X-ray Oscar. Go ahead, Vince.
Well, if anybody pays attention, newsletter will be delayed by at least one more day. I have a little bit more with this. Other than that, it's July. Think about stuff for August, including things like notifications for picnics, things like that. What do I know? I'm just a newsletter. Anyway, that's all I got, John. Alpha Charlie 8 X-ray.
Okay, Vince, very good. You hear that, people? The newsletter is going to be delayed one day, and then start thinking about articles for August. Okay, and Vince, during the 13 colonies, I heard you in the pile-up. Maybe you heard me too. Over.
Yes, John, I did hear you, and I think we were chasing, was it Rhode Island? He was a pain. The worst, the two pains were across the pond, and I never got to them. But yes, I got my clean sweep eventually for the 13 colonies in the state. So yes, I did hear you, John, and that was kind of fun. Charlie 8 X-ray Oscar, back tonight.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I didn't get GB13COL by voice. I had to resort to FT8, and I did successfully make an FT8 contact with GB13COL, and it's in their log page there that I made it. So I'll be sending in my log sheet pretty soon here. Okay, very good. Thanks. Okay, this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor with John W03X at the mic. Are there any other officers or members who have an announcement of general interest to the club? Okay, if not, this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins. I'll take, let me acknowledge each call one at a time there.
K8PU.
K8PU, Larry, I have you. We'll get back with you in a moment. Another check-in, please. That signal is not, it's just breaking the squelch there, but not hearing anything. Try again. Maybe up your power or raise your elevation.
I'll try 440.
Oh, is that you, Steve, trying there? This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor.
Yeah, I was on 2 meters. I guess you didn't get me. I'm trying 440 now.
Okay, yeah, I heard you say 440, but I guess that was just before you switched to 440. But that was the first time I heard any voice there. Okay, I got you in there. We'll get back with you. Another check-in, please. Let's see. I heard Lima Alpha. Could you repeat your call sign, please? Oh, okay, Leo, I got you. I heard Leo and Stowe. Okay, we'll get back with you in a moment here. Another check-in, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha Victor Delta, County, Merriman Valley.
KF8AVD, I have you in there, Tony. Let's see. And let's get one more here.
This is Kilo Echo 8, Uniform Lima Charlie, Curtin, Cuyahoga Falls.
KE8ULC, okay, I got you. Okay, so let's go up to the top of the list here and talk with Larry. K8PU, go ahead, Larry.
John, everybody on the net. No, nothing exciting. I'm just glad to see it's going to be cooling down a little bit the next week so we can get out and do things, and that's great. So, kind of busy here, John. If you, well, try to save me a seat Wednesday. Don't want to be left standing outside. And I'll catch you over on 6 at 9:30. So, back to you, W8VPV, K8PU.
Okay, Larry, very good. Yeah, I'll save you a seat there. You know, they get filled up right away there, as you know. Okay, let's see. So next is Steve, K8HMS. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, W8VPV in the net. Yeah, before I go on, you got me, John? I can't believe I didn't get through on 2 meters.
Yeah, you're pretty good like that, Steve. Go ahead.
Okay, good enough. Yeah, here on the 440 side. You never know down here in the valley. Anyway, good evening to you. Good evening to everybody. Thank you much for running the net. And, I heard you talking about the 13 colonies. Yeah, I got them all and tried to, there were a couple I got on FT8, FT4, but I did end up getting them on sideband or CW, but the England, the GB13, that's the only one I didn't hear, couldn't get on regular, so I got him, believe it or not, on 17 meters FT8 with my humongous 60-foot long wire break for time. So anyway, I'll get this together and send it in. Already sent in for my, what was the one that was on before? Oh my God. Anyhow, I'm just enjoying contests and stuff and all that now. So, the Lewis and Clark, I got those guys. So, anyway, back to you, John. Thanks again for doing the net. W8VPV, KHMS.
Yeah, very good, Steve. For GB13COL, he was the only one I couldn't get on voice, and I don't have a real good antenna for 17 meters. So when he came on 20 meters there, I used FT8 and got him. So very good. I heard him on 40 meters there every evening, and I just couldn't get him then. So that's how that went. So okay, very good. So hope to hear you on 6 meters this evening. Okay, let's see. Next was KE8ULA. Go ahead, Leo, with your comments. If we can hear you, go ahead. Well, we could tell you were there, but couldn't tell anything that you said there, Leo. So 73, and have a good evening. Maybe we'll hear you on 6 meters. Okay, next was Tony, KF8AVD. Go ahead, Tony, with your comments.
Thank you. Like everyone else, I worked out the 13 colonies this weekend, and I was actually able to hit all 13. Had to drop to FT8 on a couple of them, but majority were single sideband, which made me really, really happy. Could not manage to catch any of the bonus stations, but hey, that's 13 more than I had last year. So I'm kind of happy. Back to net control in 73.
Okay, very good. Congratulations there, Tony. I got all 16 of them, but like I said when I was talking with Steve here a moment ago, that I had to use FT8 to get GB13COL. So that's how that went, and that's the reason I used 20 meters is because that was my best band for doing FT8 with him. So that's how that went. So, but I got all 16. I got all 15 of them the first day, but it took me 2 more days to get GB13 COL. Okay, thanks for checking in, and maybe we'll hear you on 6 meters there this evening. Okay, so next is Kurt, KE8ULC. Go ahead, Kurt, with your comments.
Thank you, John and the net. Over the 4th of July, I was fortunate enough to do POTA with Ray at W8BZZ and Seth, WD80RB. We hit 4 parks, starting with the First Ladies Park, National Park in Canton. We went on to Zepnik. After Zepnik, we went to Yellow Creek. After Yellow Creek, we went to Big Brush. I finally get this in POTA. Before I retired, I just didn't understand. Having done it once, going to an area you haven't seen before with some friends, it's a wonderful experience. What we did do, though, instead of setting out a extendable antenna with telescoping with radials, we actually used the Performer, the POTA Performer. So I encourage you to look into that and try that if you're out there doing POTA. Back to you, John, at W8VPV. This was KE8ULC.
Yeah, okay, Kurt. I participated in the POTA activation that we had on May 31st in the valley, just off of Everett Road, and somebody else set up the antenna. It was a wire antenna, I guess, one of those end-fed half waves or something, but it worked very well, and I had never activated a park, so that made it a lot of fun there. So very good. Sounds like you had a good time there, and it sounds like it went well too. Okay, that takes us to the bottom of the list. So this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-ins. Check. There was a scratchy recheck, but I think it was K8HMS. Go ahead, recheck.
Yeah, you got me. Just a quick note. I'm surprised there's still a bunch of 13 colonies on air now. You know, I'm looking at where you find out stations. So I know it was supposed to end today, but there's still a bunch of them going.
I think it ends at midnight here, our time, Eastern time.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was, okay, good. Thanks, John. Maybe I'll get CD13 on some other SDA. Yeah, thanks, buddy, KHMS.
Okay, KHMS, thanks. And so this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, with John, W03X, at the mic, asking for check-ins. K8WTK. KA8WTK. Good evening, Bill. We'll get back with you. Another check-in, please.
KE8KVI, in and out.
KE8KVI, Ron. I have you as in and out. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Another check-in, please.
Alpha Delta 8, Papa Foxtrot, in and out.
Alpha Delta 8, Papa Foxtrot, I have you in and out. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. And I finally got your call sign right there. Okay, another check-in, please. Okay, well, it sounds like the activity is slowing down here some, so we'll go up to Bill, KAAWTK. Go ahead, Bill, with your comments.
W8VPV, KAAWTK. Good evening, John, and everybody on the net. Had some interesting things go on over the 4th having to do with ropes that hold up antennas. Well, apparently, while we were gone on vacation, the wind and storms here got a rope tangled around it holds up my 40-meter delta loop. Its rope got somehow tangled around one of my 4-pole 2-meter antennas. Of course, the highest one, up near the top of the tower, right? And I don't climb anymore if I can help it, so we had to come up with an ingenious way of somehow getting it unlooped around the little 4-pole antenna, and I came up with the idea of getting some plastic electrical tubing and a couple of L hooks, and we put some of the plastic tubing together and had the L hooks there, and I did have to go up about 10 feet on the tower and then reach up with this plastic EMT put together and hooked that rope and got it off the 4-pole. Needless to say, it's tied up in a manner now where it can never get hooked up with the 4-pole again. Back to that. W8VPV, KA8WTK.
What was the diameter and the length of that tubing that you used?
I think it's one inch inside. It's that gray plastic EMT. It really wobbles around a lot, which is why I had to go up at least 10 feet. I had 3 pieces I was going to put together, and it just was basically uncontrollable up at the top. So when I only made it 2 pieces long, that meant I had to go up the tower about 10 feet, and then it was controllable and it would work okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, very good. Yeah, that's good to know. The 1 inch ID and 2 pieces of 10 feet. Okay, very good. Well, it saved you from having to go very high up the tower there. Although, I mean, at 10 feet's no small distance. You know, same thing can happen at 10 feet as at 20 or 30. So very good. You got that cured without having to go all the way up.
And still, I wear a climbing belt even at 10 feet. I have a harness, and I was tied off, you know, so I just don't want to go up that as high as the top of this thing anymore. And the tubing will come in handy. We'll cut it into lengths and use it as stakes to hold up plants and stuff in the garden. So it was a one-time shot, and I hope we don't have to do it again. KA8WTK.
Yeah, okay, very good, Bill. Well, sounds like you got that problem solved there, so very good. Okay, let's see. So KD8KVI, Ron was in and out, and AD8 Papa Foxtrot was in and out. So we're at the bottom of the list. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor with John W3X at the mic asking for check-ins. Okay, not hearing any. It's going to be a short net this evening, I guess. Let's see. So I'll repeat the announcement. So this Wednesday, that's July 9th, at 7:30 p.m., is going to be the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club meeting. The meeting in person is at the Pilgrim United Church which has a listed address of 130 Broad Boulevard, Cuyahoga Falls. But you get to the meeting by going to the parking lot, which is on 2nd Street, just south of Broad Boulevard, and then enter the building where the entrance is just off the corner of the parking lot. We're asking in-person people to bring one canned good item, except tomato soup, as a token of appreciation for their letting us use their facility for our meeting. And also at 7:30 is the Zoom meeting, so you can actively participate in this meeting via Zoom. So go to our webpage, www.cfarc.org, and toward the right side there may be a wide tab there that has the meeting, and if that's not there, then scroll down to July 9th, and you'll see the link for Zoom for the meeting there. What the meeting is going to be about is it'll be a field day wrap-up session, and if you attended any of the field day operation, please make notes about what could be improved or what went very well and should be included in other years, and so anything that you can think of that with regard to that field day operation. Let's see, that was just the weekend before this past weekend. Bring those notes with you to the meeting, and you can, if you're on Zoom, you can mention that those items on Zoom. Okay, let's see here. What else do we have? There is a volunteer exam session on Saturday afternoon at the Cuyahoga Falls Library, and so go to our website, www.cfarc.org, click on the word education, and there will be a sign-up tab for that volunteer exam session. And it is a laurel session, so there's no fee, but you need to pre-register for that. Start thinking about articles for the August newsletter, and when you have something prepared, send it to newslettereditor@cfarc.org. A newsletter editor is one word. Okay, that's all that I have in the way of announcements. So this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, last call for check-ins. Okay, not hearing any, so don't forget to check in on at 9:30 on 6 meters, 50.270 megahertz upper sideband for the band exploration net. In preparing to close this net, I would like to thank all of you who took the time to join us and check in tonight. Without your participation, there would be no net. This has been John, and my call is W03X, and it's been my pleasure to host this evening's net. At this time, I will close the net with 11 check-ins, counting myself, and return the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use. This is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, closing the net at 10:06 p.m. local time. 7-3.
906.
Okay, Steve.
W8VPV. Repeater TL110.9. Port link off.
3X. However, for the purposes of this net, I'll be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. This is an open directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. You do not have to be a club member.
Don't you want to be on upper sideband, John?
Good evening, calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Monday night band exploration net. My name is John and my call is W8VPV. However, for the purposes of this net, I'll be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. This is an open directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. You do not have to be a club member. All traffic will go through net control. Since emergency traffic may break in at any time, please leave a brief pause between transmissions. The purpose of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchanging of amateur-related ideas and information, to enhance net operating practices like getting the right sideband, and to keep members up to date about club happenings. This net meets every Monday evening at 9:30 p.m. local time, preceded by the VHF-UHF net at 8:30 and Amateur Radio Newsline at 8:01. What I mean by this net, I mean the band exploration net. It's on a different band every Monday. So on the first Monday, it's on 6 meters. On the second Monday at 9:30, it's on 10 meters. On a third Monday, it's on 40 meters, and on a fourth Monday at 9:30, it's on 80 meters. And the approximate frequency is listed on our website at www.cfarc.org. When checking in, please give your call repeated phonetically, followed by your name and your location. Also, let me know if you have any comments or traffic for the net, or if you're checking in and out. I'll start with announcements and then call for officers or members who have items of special interest to the club. After that, I'll take check-ins one at a time on this net. Okay, so this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. Here are the announcements. The next regular meeting of the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club will be this Wednesday, that's July 9th, at 7:30 p.m. The location is the Pilgrim United Church, which has a listed address of 130 Broad Boulevard, Cuyahoga Falls. But you get to the meeting by going to the parking lot, which is on 2nd Street, just south of Broad Boulevard, and then enter the building where the entrance is just off the corner of the parking lot. We're asking in-person participants to please bring a canned good item of a food item, except tomato soup. As a token of appreciation of their letting us use their facility for our meeting. You can also attend, be an active participant in the meeting by using Zoom. To find the link for Zoom, there may be on the right side of our webpage at www.cfarc.org, there may be a tab at the top of the right column. But if not, scroll down to the date, which is July 9th, and you'll see an item there about the meeting, and the Zoom link will be in there. The topic of the meeting is going to be a field day wrap-up, and so before the meeting, write yourself some notes about things that could be improved or things that went well and should be incorporated every year, and other such things there, so that we can make the field day operation as good as it can be next year. Also, the newsletter editor has mentioned that the newsletter will be one day later this month, and to start thinking about items to put in the August newsletter. Okay, that's all that I have in the way of announcements. Are there any officers or members who have items of special interest to the club? Okay, I guess I covered it all. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor with John W8VPV at the mic, asking for check-ins. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Alpha Victor Delta, go ahead. Okay, congratulations on getting to 13th stage there. Very good. Yeah, there were really some pile-ups there on some of those stations there, so it's good you were able to get all 13. Okay, thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Another check-in, please. K8WTK. K8WTK, go ahead, Bill. Yeah, John, not much more than on 2 meters. It was kind of weird using those poles. Next time I try something a little stiffer to try and hook that rope and get it untangled. So we finally got it. And I do have a harness, like I say, it's a fall arrest harness. It's not really a tower climbing harness. But it has a D-ring on the back, and you can tie yourself off and keep yourself from getting into, I hope, not too much trouble. But other than that, not much going on. We've got the old SB110A heat kit fired up tonight, so I hope it sounds pretty good. Back to that, W8VPV, K8WTK. Yeah, okay, Bill, yeah, it's working very well there. I have a good copy on you there, and it's putting out plenty of power there. I got a solid S9 signal on you there. Okay, very good. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. This is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, with John W8VPV at the mic, asking for check-ins for the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Band Exploration Net. K8PU, go ahead, Larry. John, they put in the net. Oh, my God. Very awesome. Okay, John, good job over there. That's you. Yeah, okay, Larry. Once I got the sideband correct. So, okay, very good. Yeah, I'll see you at the meeting there Wednesday, Larry. So, 73 and have a good evening. Okay, this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-in. Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-in. Okay, well, I don't hear any at this time. I'll repeat the announcement. Okay, so like Larry was mentioning there, we have a meeting this coming Wednesday. That's July 9th. It starts at 7:30 p.m. And in person, it is at the Pilgrim United Church, which has a listed address of 130 Broad Boulevard, Cuyahoga Falls. But you get to the meeting by going to the parking lot, which is on 2nd Street, just south of Broad Boulevard, and then go into the building entrance, which is just off the corner of the parking lot. Let's see here. We're asking in-person participants if they remember to bring a canned good food item, except for tomato soup. I guess they have an overabundance of tomato soup, so that's the reason for their request about that. Let's see, and if you're not coming in person, then you can be an active participant in the meeting, which starts at 7:30, both in person and on Zoom. And so to find the link for Zoom, there might be a wide tab in the right-hand column of our page, www.cfarc.org. And if not, or if you prefer, scroll down to July 9th, and there will be the link for the Zoom meeting. And like I said, you can be an active participant. So one of the items of the meeting will be a field day wrap-up. What we're asking is that the participants who attend the meeting, if they did anything for Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club field day operation, to write down some notes about what went well, what could be improved, and so forth. And have that on hand for the meeting, and so we can make our field day operation as good as it can be. That'd be for next year. And let's see, so again, that's this Wednesday, July 9th, 7:30 p.m. The newsletter editor announced that the newsletter for this month will be a day later than usual, so keep that in mind. And also he mentioned to start thinking about articles for the August newsletter, which may include the picnic, which is we have in August. And let's see here. I think that's all that I have in the way of announcements. So, are there any other announcements that a member or officer would like to mention? Okay, this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, last call for check-in. Okay, not hearing any. In preparing to close this net, I would like to thank all of you who took the time to join us and check in tonight. As mentioned earlier, this band exploration net meets every Monday at 9:30 p.m. Next week, the frequency will be on or about 28.360 megahertz upper sideband. That's on the 10-meter band. Please feel free to check in regularly, even if only for a moment. All comments are welcomed and valuable to us. This has been John, and my call is W8VPV, and it's been my pleasure to host this evening's net. At this time, I will close the net and return the frequency to normal and customary amateur radio use. This is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, closing the net at 10:48 p.m. local time with 4 check-ins, counting myself. 7-3. Well, that time is 9:48. I have to reset this atomic clock here. 9:48 p.m. with 4 check-ins. W8VPV clear.
miles per hour in the evening, becoming light and variable. Chance of rain 30%. Thursday, partly sunny with a chance of showers. A chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. The nearshore marine forecast. For the following marine location, Avon Point to Willow Wick. Overnight, north winds 5 to 10 knots. Mostly cloudy. Waves 2 feet or less. Tuesday, north winds 10 knots or less becoming northeast. Mostly sunny. Waves 1 foot or less. Tuesday night, northeast winds less than 10 knots becoming south. Mostly clear in the evening, then becoming mostly cloudy. Waves 1 foot or less. Wednesday, south winds 10 knots or less. A chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Waves 1 foot or less. Winds and waves higher in and near thunderstorms. The water temperature off Toledo is 79 degrees, off Cleveland 65 degrees, and off Erie 76 degrees. The extended forecast for northeast inland Ohio. Friday, partly sunny. A chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 80s. Chance of rain 40%. Friday night, partly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening, then mostly clear after midnight. Lows in the upper 60s. Chance of rain 40%. Saturday, partly sunny with a chance of showers. A chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Hot with highs around 90. Chance of rain 50%. Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Lows around 70. Chance of rain 50%. Sunday, partly sunny with a chance of showers. A chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-80s. Chance of rain 50%. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Lows in the upper 60s. Chance of rain 50%. Monday, partly sunny with a chance of showers. A chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-80s. Chance of rain 40%. At 9 p.m., weather reports for selected cities. At Akron-Canton Regional Airport, light rain was falling. The temperature was 73 degrees, dew point 72, and the relative humidity was 96%. The wind was west, at 3 miles an hour. The pressure was 30.02 inches, and rising. Elsewhere across Ohio, at Worcester, it was partly cloudy, with a temperature of 72. At Toledo, it was mostly cloudy, with a temperature of 72. It was cloudy, with a temperature of 74 at Findlay, 72 at Cleveland, 70 at Mansfield, and 72 at Akron-Fulton Airport. Under cloudy skies, Youngstown reported 73, Columbus reported 79, and Cincinnati reported 74. Reports from nearby cities outside Ohio, skies ranged from mostly cloudy to cloudy, and temperatures were between 72 and 75 degrees. The current time is 9:53 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This is NOAA Weather Radio KDO94 originating from the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Cleveland. We supply the latest available information for Northeast Inland Ohio over KDO94 from Akron on a frequency of 162.400 MHz. On the latest weather map, a cold front continues to sweep southeastward across northern Ohio and northwest Pennsylvania through this early evening. Behind the front, a ridge attempts to build from eastern Canada through this Friday. Simultaneously, the aforementioned front will waver in a north-south manner between Lake Erie and the mid to upper Ohio Valley as multiple weak lows move generally eastward along the front.